What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad himself. Choops, how we doing, buddy?
It's weird. We're talking to you this late at night and right after Raw. It's different. I'm not used to this.
Yeah, as the credits were rolling there, I was trying to think of the last time we did a show at this particular time of the evening. That was our show. I think it's thinking back to the really early days there. I feel like
it's been a while. It's been a very, very long time, but here we are. We are here. Monday Night Raw in the books, Night of Champions in the books. But first, hit me with that subscriber count because I'm pretty sure today's the last day of June.
It is the last day of June, and it doesn't seem like anybody wants to hear the podcast dad do karaoke because we are still at 487. We are trying to get to 500 in 3.5 hours. Let's see if we can actually do that. What's the shirt you got on there?
This is Big Trouble. So good old Ben Bishop.
Oh, I like
right
it.
there. You
Okay.
like that, huh?
I couldn't tell with the font.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah. No, that's a good looking shirt for sure. But yeah, do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love what we do here at the Wrestling Junkies, and we want people to be a part of the movement. So tell one person. That's all that we ever ask around here. And if you like what you're seeing on our show, spread the word of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. You can also find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But we would not be here without our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network. You can follow them on X and all social media platforms at mainevent_net. Great live podcasts, blogs, wrestling reviews, vicious rants, vicious karaoke, you name it. We have it, and we have a good time. So at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. Podcast dad,
Yes.
Don't you love Gorilla Press Apparel?
Of course I do. I got the hat on. I was debating whether to wear the hat or the new mask, and I put the hat on because I think people need to see the logo and, of course, my pretty face.
Cannot agree more. Podcast dad, I've got some pretty exciting news. I don't think that I've told you this, but here it is. Trivia Tuesday returns tomorrow. So we will have a brand new trivia question that we'll be airing on the show, and we'll be on all of our social media channels. So enter your guess for a chance to win an awesome prize from our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. So Trivia Tuesday does return tomorrow. Progress Wrestling is also in the books, and yeah, my predictions were dog shit.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I have been waiting.
Yeah.
I have been waiting.
I know. I just want to get this out of the way now.
I have been waiting.
Let's just
Say it.
You were right.
About what?
A lot of things.
There's one specific match that you know.
Yeah, tag team championships. I know.
No.
It's the one you retweeted and made sure to remind me. Okay.
I know, because I had to save one for the show. What is the one match on that show that I argued so hard against you for?
A lot of them.
Nina Samuels.
Yeah.
Quiet down. Quit betting against her. I'm telling you right now. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who you are, where you came from. That's the lady in progress right there. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. And when she gets a fair rematch, she will win that title back. Thank you.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
And real quick, before you start talking again.
Okay, I do have a guest announcement to make.
3 weeks away.
Scenic City Invitational. Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
Tickets are on sale now. You can find them at scitickets.com. We will be
Jim
there.
Bosby, you're chirping online. You got a tough first-round matchup, buddy.
I cannot wait to watch him get humbled in person. It's going to be quite satisfying. Actually, I mean, all 3 days of wrestling are going to be pretty fucking cool.
It's going to be good. I'm very excited. But yes, go ahead and announce our guest, please.
One final announcement. Tomorrow, WWE IT recruit Aaron Rourke returns to the Wrestling Junkies podcast live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, back to our normal time. It's been a while since we've talked to him, and last time we did was before he signed. So excited to catch up with him and see how these last few months have treated him. Yeah. But podcast dad, special edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast for a special edition of Monday Night Raw. Raw's in the books. Night of Champions is in the books. We kind of just have to take it all and look at it all at one time. First off, let's start with your thoughts on our King and Queen of the Ring, Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill, respectively. Your thoughts on these matches?
Jade was a little surprising, but I can see the picture that they're painting. You know, I think, yeah, thank you. And it wasn't, here's the thing. Excuse me. Here's the thing. It wasn't a prediction. It was a spoiler. Just like the tag team champions, and just like I predicted the main event, pretty sure, and still, thank you. Cara Noir, he's gonna get him this time. A little surprised with Jade. I understand what they're doing, right? I can see the picture. I think with maybe Jade beating Tiffany and Naomi cashing in and continuing to be that thorn in Jade's side, right? I can definitely see that. Or cashing in during the match and kind of stealing that moment. Cody's not a surprise at all. I think everybody and their mom saw that coming. And it is what it is. I think we're getting a double turn at SummerSlam, though.
Okay.
I think we are. The reactions are starting to turn a little bit on Cody.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of alluded that we're kind of nearing the end of this current babyface run. At least that's what he's alluded to in interviews. So all I wanted was to at least see the fuse lit for a Randy turn, and we got it. He was incensed, and right camera angles at the right time. Again, that's another nod to WWE and their production team, because it is about time to see Randy. And like I said, it's the desperation now here. Okay. The roster is only getting deeper and faster and bigger and more athletic. I mean, we've got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Penta. Yeah. Like there are a lot of names that are going to be Jacob Fatu. Like these are guys that are all potential Royal Rumble front runners. Also, yes. So yeah, I'm just saying. Other members of the roster, bigger talents. The landscape changes. Randy's only getting older, and he's going to get more desperate. We're seeing kind of what's going on with Cena in number 17, and there are a lot of other people that can lay claim to title shots sooner than later as well, so he might have to get desperate.
Yeah, but Randy had his. He lost. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. I'm glad that they announced Rhea and Io for Evolution.
Yep.
Because it gives me hope that we're still going to get Io and Asuka at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still holding out that hope. Asuka had a great showing. I'm hoping that this leads to something for Asuka for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, we're going to throw Jade in the that doesn't main event now. There's no way that main event's right. Tiffany and Jade. That's not a main event. I'm sorry.
No. It's sorry, I had a brain fart moment. I was thinking of Evolution, but no, I don't see that happening at SummerSlam. A little disappointed to not see Asuka on the show tonight. It would have been nice to have her do something. Much like Rhea came out addressing her next chapter after winning with Raquel. I mean, we also heard the announcement of Battle Royal taking place to determine a number one contender, I believe, for a championship down the line at some point, which will happen at Evolution. Why not say, hey, Asuka had a hell of a match. She's in. Like, we're going to give her that opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't have to be much, but I just hope that we're not getting into a,
Nakamura.
The fact checker called it microwaving talent just when you need it. So I'm hoping that that's not what we're seeing with Asuka here, because she has looked phenomenal during this return.
Yeah, no, that's a good saying. I like that. Consider that stolen. What else happened? Yeah, Rhea won, which was fine.
I really like that match. Yeah.
God, I saw something online that said the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia is going to look like the biggest Catwoman cosplay ever.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be hilarious. Like every single one of them is going to have a leather suit. Like, it's funny. It's funny. That one tickled me. Solo. God, I'm ready to make a statement, and I don't know if you're ready for it right now.
Let's hear it.
As of right now in this moment, and we just saw Jay come back, the three brothers, which one is having the best run right now?
I mean, it's still Jay. He got the WrestleMania moment.
Is it though?
I think it still is.
Is it though?
Top merch seller.
Dude,
Biggest
Solo is
crowd
doing
pops.
Solo is doing some great stuff. I don't think people are realizing it because he kind of got shoved, just like somebody else kind of got shoved in a SummerSlam main event, kind of like what we already saw. But like he got that ticket real early, right? And then kind of had to go away and did some stuff. But man, like I think he's finally gotten into his character. Like, did you see him on the panel afterwards?
I did, yeah.
Where
No,
it was
I agree.
It was the four words. Oh, it is stop, and then he does a little chuckle. Like, dude, I love this sarcastic ass Solo. Like, I love it because he thinks he's the tribal chief, but he is clearly not. But he's got this group behind him.
Yeah,
it makes him look great.
Yeah, and the personality thing is a huge aspect because when you look at how he was brought into the bloodline, Roman was not joking around. That was this title is paramount. It's this is it. This is the Mecca. This is what we hold on to, and we do it, with by any means necessary. And with Solo now, there is, he is getting his opportunity to kind of reform something that's not necessarily a bloodline, but the fact that they're not labeling it that does mean that they can have a lot more fun with it, because when you hear the bloodline, there's just a very different sort of intensity that comes with that group. That unless you were Sami Zayn, it was not going to be anything other than serious.
No, and it shouldn't be the bloodline. It's not going to be the bloodline, Fernando.
What's up, Fernando? Good to see you.
It shouldn't, and it won't. I love this Solo character right now, though, and he has the U.S. title. Makes all the sense in the world for me.
Sure.
I didn't think Jacob was going to have that title for very long because I think he'll be in the main event scene sooner rather than later. But another, we get Tongaloa coming back. Tongaloa or Tenga?
Tongaloa.
Tongaloa coming back, and Hikuleo.
Yeah, and also Michael Cole calling Hikuleo Tama Tonga the entire time was really, really funny.
It was confusing as hell.
Yeah.
It was so confusing. But, and that group gets better. JC Mateo's there. Like, look, it's a fun, Judgment Day-esque group for SmackDown right now. Like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
If that's the one you got to polish off. Like, if that's the heel you got to polish off to get annoying, the one that's going to get heat no matter what they do, cool. Like, they're going to feud with everybody. That's going to be great. I've called this. It's going to be.
Yes.
I did. It's just something really. It's something really fun. I'm glad Solo was able to, because there was a time where it was like, all right, he wrestled Roman, and that experiment probably did not work as well as they wanted it to.
No.
Now what? And he's been able to adapt and overcome, and now we're seeing exactly what he can do. And I love it. I love that we get to see that personality come out.
And I mean, especially with kind of how we, a lot of people thought that Solo was going to be that breakout monster as part of the bloodline. But that ended up being Jacob Fatu. I can see Solo being an upper mid-card guy. Maybe every once in a while a title shot on a B PLE, but let him run the upper mid-card.
He's Rikishi. That's what he is. Like, he can get the eventual title shot, but that's going to be an upper mid-card guy. And you need that. You 100% need that. So I like it. I agree with this. I do agree with that. Yeah. Interesting to see what they do with Jacob now. Does he continue to feud with his new bloodline, or I would say yes for now. Get past SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then we'll see.
Because they're already looking at the eventual Jimmy Jacob sort of alliance too. They've been teasing that a little bit. So
they'll be tag team.
Yeah, keeping the family.
And then is there another one I'm missing, or was that? those. Oh, Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, especially knowing what we know now and saw on Raw earlier. We might as well talk about it all at once. Sami gets the win, but Karrion Kross ambushes him backstage, keeps his feud alive. God, my contact version is so bad right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm good. I saw Karrion Kross take a bump, so I think we can put that to bed. The internet's great. Sami needed this win. It makes me think Karrion Kross maybe got re-signed because they're still continuing the feud. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there's still interest there. I don't know. But a fine feud for Sami at the moment. And then let's talk about the main event. Overbooked to perfection.
Just overbooked.
Yeah, but I didn't hate it.
I didn't either. I did not either. But we know an overbooked to perfection when we see it. This was not.
Randy Orton Cena was overbooked to perfection.
Yes. This one
maybe not as.
Yeah, it's
great. But you also have two 40-plus-year-olds in there.
Yeah, but also credit to Cena because very rarely is Cena working that kind of pace, especially in this return. But he had his working boots on that night. He looked great. So did Punk. Their chemistry just continues to remain immaculate at this point. I did like the probably not.
That sucks. That was the final one. I don't love that.
Yeah, and I liked the Seth run-in because he has to keep that in the back of everybody's mind. And we knew that we should have expected that. Penta was a little bit of a surprise in that moment, I will say.
It's kind of got the feud with Seth going on right now. So
he does, yes. I don't necessarily think that he was necessarily needed for that particular match. I mean, it was just a very busy one for me. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, didn't dislike it. I just think less could have been more in this context. And I think also just from a canon standpoint, that first bump to Dan Engler just seemed it's like, okay, you've been out for a long time, bud. Like, okay.
You think they sold any Penta masks at that show? That's probably.
I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah. That's probably why he was on the show. Dude's popular. I mean, it is what it is. And now he's gonna start rubbing elbows with the top stars. Like, okay, like what? Feel bad for Rey Fenix over on SmackDown.
But give it time. It'll be like. There's only so much that everybody can do. There's only so much.
Dude's in a tag team with Andrade right now.
Okay, it's like
that's not a good spot.
I understand it. Let's have a little patience here. Let's just have a little bit of patience, okay?
It's fine. I have a Penta mask now. My Rey Fenix one is not on the way.
I don't know why you needed to point that out, but you know.
No, it is. I'm gonna get one.
Say, what if Ray is watching this right now? What are you gonna, you know?
Which one? I got two Mysterio masks. The Great Brown Hope loves my Mysterio masks.
Anymore. God, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, we definitely should. I'm exhausted, but overall, Night of Champions. I'm gonna give it a
fine show.
It was a solid B.
We could B minus.
Nothing like blew me away, but I mean it was a good show. Just nothing like earth shattering. I thought happening. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of the Cena like questioning what he's doing, maybe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And that's Fernando gives it a B as well. And I mean that's gonna be interesting to look at on the road to SummerSlam now that we know that it's Cody Cena. Excuse me. You know, it is time to flip the switch here. There's only 6 months left, and I think we're down to what, 15 or 16 appearances?
15, and the next one will be in 3 weeks. So,
yeah,
we did not get Cena here for a little bit.
That's okay.
Right. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. All right, Monday Night Raw.
Io and Rhea one more time. Io's got nothing left to prove against Rhea, but still wants her anyway. Your thoughts?
It's an Evolution. I'm okay with that. If it was a SummerSlam, I'd be a little bit more upset.
Yeah.
But it's an Evolution, so I still get the chance to get my Asuka Io Sky match.
Yeah, this is, again, and we don't know how the Liv injury really impacted all the plans across the card because she was in various stories. But yeah, when you only have 2 matches announced before we got to Raw today, you got to do something to add some star power for sure. And this is a match that's gonna have it. I do worry though that Rhea avenges and gets that win here because again, I also want Asuka and Io, but I also don't want to see Rhea take another loss to Io.
I think Rhea's bulletproof at this point.
I'm not saying that she's not. It's just another one. Yeah.
I think she's fine. I think Rhea's popular enough, strong enough to withstand anything at this point. I'd be okay with it. We did real quick before we dive a little bit more into Raw. SmackDown, Julia won the U.S. title.
She did. Very surprising, but really cool. Yeah. No, that's
not surprising.
Yeah,
she's gonna run that division.
Yeah, I know, and she absolutely should. It was just surprising to do the title change. I think this particular weekend because save that match for Evolution. That's my thought.
Rhea doesn't need the title. No, Rhea needs a fresh feud. So hopefully, something comes about soon. Grande Americano got a little taller.
He did.
He did. Kind of leaned out a little bit more and kind of had good posture and,
He did.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the idea of I like the idea of Old Kaiser being under the mask. It's something fun.
Who said that?
Just throwing that out there.
Who said that? That'd be good because we haven't seen him in a while, and I thought they were getting ready to do something really big with him, and they did not.
Nope. Which is unfortunate.
So hopefully, well, he's back on TV, isn't it? Isn't he?
He is.
Time to make the most of your minutes.
Grayson Waller did during his commercial break segment. Is he part of the New Day now?
Who? Oh my God! Can we talk about the New Day?
Yeah. So I did a video on this on TikTok. Follow us on X at Junkies Pod. This was a shock title change. And
what was the point?
I know. I feel relieved that this is over now. Because this
is it though?
This heel turn peaked that night that they ditched Big E.
Yeah.
That was it. We had all of the hope potential in the world. And it took them too long to
do anything.
Freshen up the presentation. Yeah. I love the gear change. I love the new theme song. The fact that they, didn't want to defend their titles. It was a very Edge and Christian thing to do, which I really, really enjoyed. But like the fact that we were talking about Judgment Day probably needs to be done 2 months ago to now all members of the Judgment Day have gold again. And we are left with this New Day that we don't know what they're going to do next because.
Do you care?
I want to.
That's not what I asked.
I know. And that's how I'm answering. I want to, but I don't.
What was the point? I feel like this is now strike 2. Like, What was the point of The Rock being in the John Cena heel turn? What was the point of the New Day turning heel? Like, are we just turning heel to turn heel to get that one shocking moment? Like, that's not like I'm seeing a little bit of a trend, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that at all. Like, I just don't understand what I think everyone agrees that the New Day needed some freshening up, and we thought we had that for about 3 weeks, and then they just didn't do anything. It didn't make any sense. They didn't do anything.
And it's unfortunate because they're
so good.
They were getting booed out of the building like Ciampa. No music, no nothing. I loved the fact that they couldn't get words out edgewise. They were getting that dirty Dom heat for a few weeks, but it almost became comical that they were getting interrupted every time. And I like the mix of when they would get the in-ring segments, but then also a lot of those booing moments would happen during the commercial breaks. And I don't know if how often you go back and rewatch Raw after the next day, but those segments are not in the replay. So if you missed Raw Monday night and missed it live, and those commercial segments are not in there. So unless you go on Bleach Report or find them on TikTok or something, you're not going to see any of that stuff. So other wasted opportunities there. Yeah. So
which I don't, because I don't pay for the premium Netflix, so I don't see that anyway.
Yeah.
So it sucks. But I don't know. I guess they'll figure it out, right?
But Judgment Day back on top again. We thought that Finn and Dom were gonna snap, but I think that's definitely a pivot because of the Liv injury that you can't really do that.
Yeah,
fracture.
I think that's why.
Yeah,
I think that's why. So, Rusev and Sheamus in a match.
I really like this one.
It was a good match.
They got some time to work here. It's a nice sort. Rusev getting a massive win. Sheamus being the gatekeeper that he is right now. You can't just let me say my words and then.
Let's not say massive win.
Okay, he gets the
last time
win.
Sheamus won a match.
I don't know, but it was a win that he fucking needed. How about that? Is that better?
Just team them up already. They're gonna play this strange bedfellows feud.
Oh, for the love of God! Don't give me a comedy Rusev. No,
just team them up. No, not that. They're just gonna be like at each other's throats, and then eventually something's gonna click, and they're both gonna be like, "Oh, we could do this together." I'd be cool with that. Just team them up already. You need it. Your tag division sucks on Raw. You need it.
Can't argue with that. Look what we have on SmackDown. 5 or 6 teams battling for it, and you've even got Los Garza with the AAA tag titles making their presence known. Yeah. And Raw is New Day, Judgment Day. A Town Down Under is about done.
No. I'm done. I'm done with that. Until it actually happens. Wake me up when it happens. How long? We've been teasing this since they won the tag champions at the previous year's Mania.
Yeah.
It's been over a year.
I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just trying to take stock of the tag teams that are currently.
Shit or get off the pot. Okay. My goodness. Come on.
This episode is brought to you by Shit or Get Off the Pot.
No, it's brought to you by Dude Wipes. Please sponsor us.
Could you? I'd be down for that. That's cool.
But
yeah.
I don't know, man. LA Knight and Seth Rollins at Saturday Night's Main Event. Sure.
Yeah, no, I like that Rollins has a number of targets across both shows. Unique status because he is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he does get to show up on both shows if he wants. So I don't see why they can't have him mixing it up with Penta, LA Knight. Big opportunities for both of these guys, and getting reps for Braun and Bronson to also mix it up with Knight too. So yeah, this is only a good.
And it seems like we're getting Rollins and Punk again. So
Hell in a Cell.
Win. Night
Either
one.
SummerSlam or Clash in Paris.
I can see him doing night one. Cena's advertised for Paris, so Cena's going to main event.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that there's any reason to wait on that. I don't know what happens after Clash. I don't have the calendar in front of me. But I'd also like to point out, I also think our War Games teams are shaping up already.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
Because of who was just put on the poster. So yeah.
Yeah. And Michael Cole referenced War already as the show is going off. So.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I can't handle himself sometimes. And then real quick before we head out, Bailey and Lyra go to a draw. Again, seeds are being planted. That's fine. Yeah. Give me the triple threat at Evolution. Let's call it a day.
And I liked this finish better than having a Becky run in, just kind of spoiling everything, because you could have done that just as easily with the same result, but at least this way it was focused on the wrestling.
It's better.
And yeah, this doesn't, with Lyra needing all the credibility that she can get right now to remain over with the crowd, especially with how hard it was to get her there in the first place. Leaving it as they both pinned each other, really cool to me.
Just like that.
Yep. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. As always, you can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. You can like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But seriously, subscribe to that channel. We are 13 away from 500. If you want to see that man, the podcast dad, do karaoke, I want to see this. So, I mean, with everybody watching right now, if we go hit subscribe button, we're there. So yeah, do us a favor, hit subscribe, tell one person. We will be back tomorrow. WWE ID recruit Aaron Rourke returns to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Trivia Tuesday is also back. We will have that question posted on our social media channels, and we will be reading it on the air as well tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. We are back to our normal time. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Mr. Cincinnati. That is the podcast dad, and until tomorrow, enjoy the graps.